Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam tasliman kathira thumma amma ba'd. If someone invites you to come over and you arrive to the house, the door was open, will you just come in?
No.
Ya Jama'ah. The door was left open. Would you come in?
No.
Huh? Why?
It's not your house.
Hamza,
Breaking
why?
entry.
No. But they invited you over. They invited you to come. So why? Yes.
Because you have to ask for permission.
You have to ask for permission. But if the door was open, isn't that enough permission for you to come in? Yes, no. It's not your property, but they invite you over and they left the door open. Yes.
If a neighbor sees you, they call police.
If the neighbor sees you, they call the police, right? Well, it seems that we all agree that before entering any other house other than yours, of course, you're required to seek permission. The question is, what is the permission, and what exactly do we need to do in order to eventually just show that we're seeking permission? Now here's this chapter, the new chapter, Imam Nawawi rahimahullah ta'ala, he adds in Riyadh al-Salihin, قال باب الاستئذان وآداب. This is the chapter on al-isti'dhan, which means seeking permission to enter someone's house and the manners and the etiquette of doing it. ثم قال that the command to seek permission was mentioned in the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تدخلوا بيوتا غير بيوتكم حتى تستأنسوا وتسلموا على أهلها. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, O you who believe, enter not houses other than your own until you have asked permission and greeted those in them. So you need to seek permission before you enter. From this ayah, we learn two things. You are not allowed to enter unless you have the permission, and the permission is granted when you give what? Salam. So how do you seek permission? When you say salam. Of course, when you say salam, if they can hear, right? You know, back in the days, at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, people did not have the luxury that we have today of having doors, you know, covering the gates of their houses. Yes, some of them they did, but many people, they didn't have that. The only thing they had really was just a curtain. So the door was nothing but a curtain that's covering, you know, the openings in the wall. That's it. So if you try to knock on the door, no one's going to hear you. If you knock on the wall, it's too hard even to make any sound. So therefore, the only way they could seek permission, they used to say salam. So from behind the doors, they would say, Assalamu alaikum, adkhul. Say, Assalamu alaikum, can I come in? That's how they used to say it. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَتُسَلِّمُ عَلَى أَهْلِهَا. You seek permission and you give salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also said, وَإِذَا بَلَغَ الْأَطْفَالُ مِنْكُمُ الْحُلُمَ فَلْيَسْتَأْذِنُوا كَمَا اسْتَأْذَنَ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. In this ayah, Allah says, and when the children among you come to puberty, then let them also ask for permission as those senior to them in age. That's in the same household, which means your own children. You are commanded to teach them to seek permission whenever they enter the private quarter of your house for their parents. Let's say basically their bedroom eventually. Or even when they enter the house. Let's say the kids, they come from school early this day. Even though it's their house, and they know their mother is there, their father might be there, maybe both of them are there actually, they need to seek permission. But it's my house. Still, if you know your parents right now are there, and you became at that age of puberty, in this case, you need to seek permission. Even though you live in that house, and these are your parents. And even now, if you're inside the house, not just coming from outside into the house, even when you're in the house, and you would like to enter, let's say, at your parents' room or bedroom, or even if they were in the living room, you also need to seek permission. Let's say you're coming from a different room, coming to the kitchen, when you can hear or overhear that your father and your mother are speaking, maybe. In this case, it's recommended for the younger kids, in this case, or basically they became teens, that they seek permission. They say, Assalamu alaikum, reminding the parents that they're coming in. And if they were in their bedrooms, you cannot even come in until they tell you, come in. That's particularly if the door was closed. If the door was open, that's fine for the children, according to this ayah, of course. So if the door was open, it means you are allowed to come in. But if the parents, they close the bedroom, that means don't come in until you seek permission. And that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِذَا بَلَغَ الْأَطْفَالُ مِنْكُمُ الْحُلُمْ. When the children reach a specific age, they're required to seek permission whenever they come into the house or they want to come into an area where their parents are actually staying at. Now there are more to this ayah. We're going to cover that later, inshallah ta'ala. All younger children are required, even the younger ones, are required to seek permission at particular three times. And that is before Fajr, and during the noon time, which is when people they take their nap, and also right after Salat al-Isha, they need to seek permission. And when they become at an older age, they need to seek permission all times, not just these particular three times. Here's Hadith Abi Musa al-Ash'ari radiyallahu ta'ala anhu قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الاستئذان ثلاث فإن أذن لك وإلا فارجع. In this hadith, the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم identifying the number of times you seek permission. He says صلوات الله وسلامه عليه, permission is to be sought thrice, which means three times. If it is accorded, you may enter, otherwise go back. رواه البخاري ومسلم. So if you come to someone's house, today, alhamdulillah, we have doors, we have bells to ring and so on. So eventually there are multiple ways of seeking permission. You knock on the door 3 times. The meaning of 3 times, 3 different times. So the first time maybe double or 3 times, and then you just wait for a few seconds, maybe for a moment. No one answers, you knock on the door again. No one is answering. If you do that 3 within, let's say, 3 minutes interval, for example, no one is answering, that means they might not be there, or they might not be ready to receive you, or for some reason just basically just go back and we'll be over. Now some people today, what do, Jama'ah? The first thing when they arrive, they text, I'm here. And then they go to the doorsteps, knocking on the door, no one answers. Trying the bells, no one answers. Try to sneak a peek from the windows. They don't see any movement. Let's try to check the backyard. You can't do that. You can't do that. If you have an appointment, if you do have an appointment, you may call them. You may call, say, by the way, we're here, we're out here. Are you guys in there? And if they don't answer you, even if you don't answer the phone, that means please, just go back from where you came. Basically, just go back. Maybe they're not ready. Something came up. Allahu Alam. Give them the benefit of doubt eventually and just leave. So 3 times we need to seek permission. And if they don't answer you, it's better for you to return back. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأَنْ قِيلَ لَكُمْ ارْجِعُوا فَارْجِعُوا هُوَ أَزْكَى لَكُمْ. That if you were told to return back, you better return back. هُوَ أَزْكَى لَكُمْ. That is even better for you. Better meaning that it's more purifying. That means when you return back, you're doing it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and no hard feelings whatsoever. Finally, why do we seek permission for? Why? What's the significance of seeking permission? Yes?
Be respectful.
To be respectful in regard to what? Privacy. When you say privacy, what privacy means?
حرمة الدار.
What is the meaning of that when you see it's like a sanctuary? What exactly are we trying to prevent when you seek permission? Al-awrat. But awrat in regard to what? I know, but what is it exactly? It's because of what? They don't want you to do what? To see. They don't want you to see what you're not supposed to see, right? When you say awrat, hurmat, all of this is about what? It's about the eyesight. That's why the other hadith, which is a very short hadith, Sahal ibn Sa'd radiyallahu anhu قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إنما جعل الاستئذان من أجل البصر متفق عليه. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says in this hadith, seeking permission, which means to enter someone else's house, has been prescribed in order to restrain the eyes, meaning from looking at something we're not supposed to look. So, if no one is answering the door, don't try to look, around and see from above the walls, and don't, because that's the meaning of not answering you. You don't look. And in another hadith that might come later, inshallah ta'ala, the Prophet ﷺ even warned people, if you ever try to sneak a peek, and then they poke your eye, فَهِيَ هَدَرٌ, which means basically there is no blood money. You lost it. Meaning you deserved it. So if you ever try to sneak a peek and look at someone and they poke your eye, again, eventually that's your fault, that's your mistake. You're not supposed to do that. That doesn't mean, of course, to go and poke people's eyes. But we're just saying that, if something like this happens and people get upset and they got into a fight, and you get responsible for that. So be careful whenever you meet people, inshallah ta'ala, you seek permission. Wallahu ta'ala. Yes, Rafa. So I come to the house, basically I'm coming back from school. My parents, I know they're not at home, they're at work. I have the key with me. Can I just open the door and get in? Well, before you do that, ring the bell. Just before you do that. Or just knock on the door, making sure that they can hear, so that they know that you're coming in. You assume there's nobody there, but you don't know, right? But we just assume they're not there because that's how it usually is. Again, you need to ring the bell or just knock on the door to make sure that they know that you're coming in before you open the door. Wallahu. Yes, ma'am.
So you think it's all about eyesight and hearing something private, some private things?
Yeah.
So it doesn't apply on the blind or deaf person?
Well, when we say eyesight, that doesn't mean that, if someone is blind can come in as well. No, it's a matter of privacy. But because we're dealing with the general circumstances, people they usually see. So that's why we say the eyesight is the most important thing. Wallahu ta'ala. Now. Yes.
What if your parents aren't inside the room and you want to enter it? Do you have to ask your parents from the other room?
Very good question. What if your parents are in the living area and you want to go into their bedroom? So they're not in the room, in their bedroom. They're outside. You know they're out. You can see them. They're speaking outside. Do you have to seek permission to go into the bedroom? The answer is, to say as an obligatory thing, no. But to be polite, you say, I want to go into the bedroom. Is that okay? So eventually, they might say, yeah, fine. If the door was open, particularly, if the door was open, you could still go in. If you see the bedroom door was closed, and your parents are in the living area or in the kitchen and they're talking and so on, the door is closed for some reason. Maybe not for any particular reason, but it just as being polite and making sure there's nothing there. You seek permission. Says, by the way, can I come into the room? The door is closed. They will tell you, sure, go ahead. So it's okay, inshallah. Now. Yes?
So you say call 3 times before you get permission. What if the person in the medical needs a medical attention or something? How would you know that?
No, that's different. If the person needs that's what I said, if there's an appointment.
Now let's say you're calling someone who's had a heart attack.
No. How would you know he had a heart attack?
Exactly. The question is if I call 3 times, then I would leave, and come back, he will be dead by that time.
Mama, why would you assume? why do we have to do it very dramatic, Yani?
You went too far.
Yani, you come into the house. You come into the house, and you knock 3 times on the door, and no one is answering, basically. Now you assume that the person has a heart attack, basically.
Back home, we have this
And
notion
it
that
happens.
if you don't answer my calls 3 times, something went wrong for you.
Jazakallah khair, may Allah reward them. They have this feeling of, they want to help. They have this good feeling. However, the sunnah, if that no one is answering, it means there is no need for you to come in. Unless you have an appointment.
Is there like a 72 hours period?
No, I wouldn't say that. But yeah, if you call back later, after maybe a couple of hours you call, no one is answering. Then in this case you get worried, right? That's when you might ask somebody else. By the way, I've been knocking on the door, I've been calling Fulan, he's not answering. Could you please go and check on him? That doesn't mean you don't go and check more. It just, if there is no one is answering, the chances that they might not need you to be in. Wallahu a'lam. No.
The second question is, let's say you got granted permission to get in.
Uh-huh.
What's the etiquette there when you get inside?
That's coming later, inshallah. No,
Come back tomorrow.
no.
I just would like to actually add something to his first question.
Okay.
And when he had it, just want to say that if, and you can correct me, when he opened the door by himself, and the other day you were actually teaching us that even there's nobody at home, you say Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
And
That's
for yourself.
basically, even when you come into the house and there is no one in there, or you assume no one in there, you still need to say salam, even if the house is empty. So maybe if there was somebody there, they would reply. Or at least, inshallah, you do the salam for yourself. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, سَلِّمُوا عَلَى أَنفُسِكُمْ تَحِيَّةً مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ. Nah. Yes, Hamid.
What if, like they're like if you know me in
Uh-huh.
and like other like the non-Muslims are doing something like a holiday and they're going around getting
Uh-huh.
everybody. What if they knock on the door? Do you answer it or
Let's say you're a Muslim, you're the only Muslim in the neighborhood, and there are non-Muslim friends coming around and they just knocking on the doors. Do you, for candies, for example?
For Halloween.
Like for the Halloween. They knock on the door. Do you have to open the door for them? The answer is no. You don't have to open the door. It's up to you. I mean, even a Muslim knocks on your door and you don't have to open the door for them. So it's up to you. If you would like to open the door, you can open the door. If you don't want to open the door, simply just keep the door closed. Allah. No. Yes.
Say you're like invited to a party, like you knock on the door and someone opens it, it's not one of the people who like
The host.
yeah.
Okay.
Are you so allowed to just come in?
Very good question. You come into a party, and then you knock on the door. Someone opens the door who's not the host. Someone from the people in the party. Are you allowed to come in? Do you have to seek permission from the host? Would say it depends. I would say it depends. If you know the person and you've been invited as well and everybody's already in there, then you assume that the person who opened the door, he's open on behalf of the host. Therefore, you can come in. But if you're completely stranger to the person who opened the door to you, says, is Fulan there? He goes, yeah, he's, come on in. If they tell you to come in, you should come in, inshallah ta'ala. Wallahu a'lam. Khair.
What if your dad is knocking the door? You can go.
If your dad is
يعني كيف تدخل سكن الباب عليه؟
والله it's up to
تسوي
you.
في العالم.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.